Welcome back to The Explainer. Now, today, we're not just flipping through your standard run-of-the-mill real estate report. Oh no, we're doing a complete structural teardown of a highly targeted real estate strategy document. Seriously, if you've ever wondered how modern marketers actually build these campaigns from the ground up to capture a super specific, highly motivated audience, like, say, first-time homebuyers in Ontario, well, you are absolutely in the right place. So let's deconstruct this blueprint together. All right, diving right into Section 1, the 2026 Homebuyer Vision, looking ahead in Ontario real estate. Right out of the gate, this document makes a massive, ambitious promise by stamping one very specific number right on the cover: 2026. I mean, think about it. This isn't some retrospective look back at the market. This strategy is aggressively anticipating the future. By leaning hard into 2026, the authors are basically future-proofing their content. They're signaling to their readers that this is proactive, ahead-of-the-curve planning. And from there, it zeroes in on a highly specific pain point. It literally says, first-time homebuyer incentives explained. Look, we all know new buyers are stepping into this incredibly high-stakes, confusing environment, right? Incentives are the exact financial lifelines. These folks are frantically Googling at 2 a.m. The document steps right in and promises to decode all those complex financial mechanisms and just offer some much-needed clarity. And how does it back up that promise? By calling itself the complete guide. Now, if you're out there building content yourself, definitely take note of this because it's a super powerful psychological trigger. It establishes immediate authority. It's basically telling the user, hey, you don't need to look anywhere else. The entire goal here is to get them to stop searching and start reading. Moving right along to Section 2, mapping the Ontario targets, where the guide focuses. So a massive part of this strategy is its totally expansive geographical net. Notice it doesn't just vaguely say Ontario. No, it gets incredibly specific. Look at the exact cities being targeted here: Brampton, Mississauga, Waterloo, Oshawa, and Barrie. By listing these out explicitly, the guide practically guarantees localized search relevance. It's brilliant, really. If a prospective buyer lives in or around any of these major hubs, they immediately see themselves reflected in the text. Which brings us to Section 3, the GTA and beyond, core versus outer rim. Would we actually stop and analyze this geographical spread? A meticulously constructed map of modern first-time buyer migration starts to emerge. Like a giant puzzle, really. We've got this direct contrast. The core Greater Toronto Area, places like Brampton, Mississauga, and Oshawa, stacked right up against outer markets like Waterloo and Barrie. What's happening here is the strategy is perfectly capturing both the buyers trying desperately to stay close to the city center and those who are migrating further out for a totally different lifestyle. It's a net perfectly designed to catch literally every variation of the modern Ontario buyer. Okay, get ready for a pivot. Section 4, Anatomy of the Template, the Meta Reveal. Seriously, prepare for a tonal shift here. Up until this point, we've just been looking at the front-facing strategy, right? But pulling back the curtain on the actual source text, it literally states, this PDF contains the blog content prepared in our conversation. Bam. We aren't just looking at a buyer's guide anymore, folks. We're actually looking at the operational skeleton of a content marketing handoff. The real, actual viewer of this document isn't the home buyer at all. It's the real estate professional getting ready to hit publish. And the document actually explains exactly why it's structured this way, citing due to length limits. Well, there you go. That reveals the technical constraint that's driving this whole framework. This PDF, it isn't the final destination. It's actually a placeholder template. It's like a Trojan horse designed specifically to safely transport this drafted strategy right past those technical bottlenecks so it can be assembled later on. Which naturally leads us to the complete formatted article. Now, this final result is only actually achieved when the user takes their finalized blog text and injects it directly into this PDF template. Essentially, some assembly is required. It literally requires active participation from the real estate agent to reach its final intended state. Finally, we hit Section 5, Branding and Sharing Strategy, the final execution. This brings us to the final operational phase of the whole thing. The document provides exact, methodical instructions for content distribution, completely broken down into a simple 3-step procedure. Step 1, copy the finalized blog text. Easy enough. Step 2, add branding. Now this is crucial because it transforms a generic template into a proprietary marketing asset. And step 3, share the document with the world. It's literally a step-by-step assembly line for digital marketing. And right at the end, the text confidently assures the user, the title and document are ready. The foundational framework, the targeting of Brampton, the 2026 future-proofing, the whole shebang is entirely primed. By stating this so clearly, the document shifts the responsibility entirely over to the user. The architecture is fully built. Now it just requires execution. Which leaves us with a pretty critical thought derived right from the text's final instruction. Is your 2026 branding ready to share? I mean, this document provides the absolute ultimate blueprint to capture a specific market, but at the end of the day, it relies entirely on execution. Whether you're in real estate or honestly just marketing any product out there, ask yourself, is your own content infrastructure built this deliberately? Definitely something to chew on. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive explainer today, and I will absolutely see you in the next one.